He firmly held her waist, pulling her close to himself. "Don't resist me. This is a way to release God's blessing over your life," Daddy Possibilities said to Deborah during a special prayer. "I've always believed in praying to God on my own, but my mother had a different opinion." To her, Pastor Benjamin aka Daddy Possibilities was the voice of God on earth, and she trusted him completely, dragging me to his church for prayers and prophecies. When I expressed my desire to pray independently, she called me stubborn and insisted I meet him for a special prayer. I didn't want to, but I obeyed her. That day, everything changed. This is a story of many young girls. House of Eternal Possibilities Church of God stood tall. It wasn't merely a place of worship, but a landmark. Crowds filled the pews every Sunday, eager to catch a glimpse of Daddy Possibilities, Pastor Benjamin Adetla. He was not an ordinary preacher. With his designer suits, polished shoes, and a convoy of luxury cars, he was as much a celebrity as he was a man of God. Women adored him, calling him Daddy with respect. They would whisper about his anointing, giving him more respect than they offered to their husbands. Men too bowed to him, seeking his guidance for their businesses and families. Pastor Benjamin had a reputation for solving problems, particularly for those who could pay the price. The church auditorium buzzed with excitement as the choir belted out powerful tunes. Daddy Possibilities walked in, his presence commanding attention. He mounted the altar, gripping the microphone tightly. "Today," he announced, "God is about to do something miraculous. Your lives will never remain the same." The congregation erupted in cheers. The congregation at House of Eternal Possibilities was as lively as ever. The choir had just finished their electrifying ministration. When Mrs. Rachel approached Daddy Possibilities after the service, her 16-year-old teenage daughter Deborah stood beside her, nervously clutching her handbag. "Daddy, please, I need you to pray for my daughter," Mrs. Rachel began. "She has just finished her WAEC and is trusting God for admission into the university." Possibility smiled warmly, his charismatic demeanor drawing them in. My daughter," he said, turning to Deborah, "God has great plans for you. Come forward." Deborah stepped forward hesitantly. Daddy Possibilities placed his hand on her head, muttering a string of prayers. After the prayer, Daddy Possibilities straightened up and spoke directly to Deborah. "Come back later, my daughter. There's a special prayer I need to do for your breakthrough. God is about to open doors for you." Mrs. Rachel beamed with gratitude. "Thank you, Daddy. We will be here." That evening at home, Deborah remained still in the corner of the living room while her mother made dinner. The occurrences of the day burdened her thoughts. "Mummy," she started